Sponsored by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos back here at the 1040 Ticket Studios. We're back on track here as we get done with the Lincoln Pius Kearney Bearcats game, and Lincoln Pius would end up winning that one. That was absolutely down to the wire. It's a good game for anyone who listed it. And again, you can go back on YouTube, re-listen to it. It was Nick Stainert on the call. Nonetheless, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. If you guys want to join the show, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. And I'm just curious, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about the playoffs yet. When it comes to the Lions and Ravens, I just want to start. Who's the biggest loser in that one?
Oh, wow. The biggest loser. I think that by default, you would have to say Lions since they were up, 27-7 or whatever it was.
Yeah, they had a 17-point lead.
Yeah, I would say the Lions are the biggest loser. I like that, the biggest loser. Yeah, that show.
TV show.
Remember that show back in the day?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Pretty vicious show, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It really snapped you into getting in shape. So you're not the biggest loser.
Yeah. But I think the Lions are the biggest loser. And I think is there a biggest winner? I would say the 49ers is the bigger winner, because I think it's a Swifty Bowl. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. I've just made my peace with it.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It's not really affecting the game. And I saw a stat. She's only shown like 0.04% of the actual game time. So it's like, I think people are losing their minds a little bit, but I'm surprised. I'm going to say Lions, or not Lions. I'm going to say Ravens. Because to me, I was talking about before, but this is a team where you felt like you have your MVP in Lamar Jackson. Your defense is, I think at this point, pretty clear. It looks like the best defense in the NFL. They only gave up 17.
Yeah.
That should have been enough to win the game. You have all the coaches, probably the best defensive group you're ever going to have. Offensively, you like the pieces you have, and you fell short in a really big way. The same way you've fallen short, the exact same way you fell short when Lamar got his first MVP award when he faced the Titans.
Yeah.
They had one of their worst offensive outings come to playoffs. And it just happened again. There's 3 times in a row where the Ravens head into the playoffs and just have a horrible outing. And this one hurts more to me because it felt like you finally had all the pieces. Like there's no real reason why you couldn't win that game other than the game plan. Where if I'm the Lions, even if it's not true, I might be able to talk myself in like, oh, we're just 1 year away. Because that was a big jump they made.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just think it's very, very interesting how Lamar threw the ball for 37 times.
Yeah. That was the craziest part to me.
I wish. Can we pull up the
I got the stats.
Can you pull up the stats from the week before? So whoever the Ravens played the week before, and see how many times Lamar threw the ball. I know it's a different scheme.
So the last game, obviously, they played the Texans. CJ Stroud, who did get real quick history. He got his first rookie since this guy to make an All-Pro team as a rookie QB. Can you guess the last one? It'll surprise you. It was not long ago at all.
It wasn't long ago at all.
Very recent. And you hope CJ Stroud's career doesn't follow the same arc.
I mean, it's not like Kyler Murray or
not even that relevant, which is mean to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Carson Wentz? No. Around that era?
No, he's a young quarterback. He was battling for another guy, and he was handling with the media a lot for good and bad reasons.
Oh my goodness. Deshaun?
Nope.
Who was it?
He played with Zappy at one point.
Zappy?
Was his backup, and Zappy was the starter. Mac Jones, Patriots.
He was all-pro?
All-pro rookie. I know, I saw that stat. It blew my mind. I had to bring it up. But real quick, to get to your stats here, my face was the exact same. Lamar Jackson versus the Texans, 16 for 22, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. So only threw it 22 times. He ran it 11 times for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
In the next game, he throw for 37 times.
Yep.
And
next game, 37 times, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 8 carries, 54 yards. Most of those carries were scrambling, 272 yards.
Yeah. So why do you go? I don't get schematically why you go away from that.
I was hoping you could break it down to me because it was driving me nuts.
Yeah. Like why I'm confused why at least there's not at least 10 quarterback design runs.
Yeah, and it felt like, I don't know if it was one of those things where they felt like they're playing from too far behind, but it's like you're only 1 score away, 2 scores away at the most throughout the entire game. And why they felt the need to keep throwing the ball, especially when it just didn't look like Lamar had it that day. There's a few screen passes that didn't even get to their target, which happens, but they just continued to like double down on we're going to air it out.
I think not the pressure got to him. I would never say that, but I think the hype around that just made that game so like unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what social media was doing with the whole like Lamar's
Ravens versus
like Lamar saved the world from like it was. I remember there was one meme. It was MLK, Malcolm X, and Lamar Jackson. Like that's so bad. Like no, but just unnecessary hype around the game. Like I get it. It's social media and they're going to run with it. But I'm sure, I mean, as a player, bro, you see some of that. You see all of it. Not all of it, but you're going to see some of that, bro. You're going to see some of that. So, yeah.
Did it ever affect you when you were playing? I know every player's a little bit different, but we definitely have and we don't even have to pretend. We have a lot of burners here in Husker land.
Oh
some are really great. Some are care a little too much about high school athletes. I'll say that. Yeah. But there's a lot of attention right here. And usually, for the most part, it's good. We have a great fan base. I don't want to say that we don't.
Oh, no, 100%.
But occasionally, there is some
bad
stuff.
There's some bad seeds. I think, there was once we lost to, it was after Rutgers, we lost to somebody, and it was like Illinois or Minnesota, and I get a crazy DM, and it's like, it has a bunch of choice words, calling me names, and you could have caught this ball, or you could have done this better, and I'm like, bro, you don't know anything about football.
Yeah.
And then I think I responded, I was like, God bless, hope you have a good day, bro. Like, because bro, like you're just in a dark place in life to be commenting that to a kid or a young man trying to go play football. It's really just a game. Like, like if that affects your day that much, like I think you should probably stop watching.
That's why I like listening to Jokic talk about it. Like he's always amazed. He's like, I don't know why people think I'm that cool. He's like, I gotta make a bunch of money now, but for the most part, like I'm just playing a game. There's people doing a lot more important stuff out there, but it's awesome that you entertain me. But it is one of those things. When it comes to the fans, it always surprises me to kind of get those comments of people that push it too far. And I think part of that's just social media as it's just growing. But I do think it's getting to a point where we're seeing it with the Taylor Swift stuff. Like that stuff's getting out of control.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the basketball. This was what I was going to ask you. So me and Ben, that was Ben, right?
Yep. Shout out Ben. Did a good job.
Shout out Ben. We had a good show last night. So the last segment, we brought up our top 10 NBA list of all time. I don't think we've ever gone through it.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
But he went through. I think he went Mike, Braun, Kareem, Magic, Bird, or Magic Russell, Bird. I think he went Duncan, and then I think he went Shaq, Duncan, Steph, Kobe.
Ooh. Kobe that far down hurts me.
Oh, really? Okay. So you're one of those guys.
Yeah, I'd probably put Kobe. He's such a statistical anomaly because if you're looking at stats, you're going to veer away from him a little bit. But if you look at like the clutch time stats and what he's able to do, then it shifts the other way. And it is harder, in my opinion, to stay at one spot and win multiple rings. Like I think what Michael Jordan did, and that's what made it really impressive. I think what Kobe did helps when you got Phil Jackson. That's one thing where you got to give LeBron credit. He been on teams with coaches where he's made that coach's career. Yeah, where they do well after.
Yeah. He's played with the coach.
Let's played against the coach. And I might rearrange this order a little bit. But number one, I know who my number one is. I'm curious who. I think I can guess. LeBron.
LeBron.
Okay, so you got LeBron.
Yeah. I'm going. Mike.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured.
Michael Jordan, no question.
I figured.
I will be honest though, and I'll be fair. I love Kobe Bryant, but I'm not one of those people where I can't slide him at 2. I like Kobe, but he can't be number 2.
Yeah.
We got Michael Jordan here. Number 2. Yeah, I got to put him there. That's got to be Michael Jordan's your number 2 as well, then.
Of course. And then 3 is Kareem for me.
Kareem doesn't get enough respect, but I sometimes I think of Russell the same way. His dominance is unreal, and it always seems unfair to me that he gets to be such an afterthought. Like, how do you win 11 rings in 13 years and get pushed out of the top 10?
Yeah. That's yeah. So four's here. This is where it gets tricky. Here's where it gets tricky because I'm hesitant about Magic. Everyone else put Magic 4. I'm just a little hesitant. I don't know why. That's just me. I don't think it's a bad idea to put Bill there. I think Bill
at
is
4.
Yeah,
what was your 3 again?
Kareem.
Okay.
I think Bill goes at 4. I think Bill Russell goes at 4. I think you can't deny 11 championships, like you said, in 13 years. You can't deny it.
Yeah, I think Bill, for me, the lowest he can go is possible 5. He's got to be in the top 5. I'd be willing to throw Bill over Kareem, but I do like having Kareem in there.
Okay.
We'll put him in there. We'll go Kareem at 4.
Okay.
We're not straying too much yet. It's really just kind of the top and where we rank Bill, Kareem, where we rank LeBron, and Michael Jordan. Then we get to number 5. And this is where it's tough because recency bias always really wants to take over.
Yeah. So when I think about 5, I think about Bird, I think about Magic.
I'm headed towards, when it comes to those twos, I'm probably going to lean Larry Bird's way. I think if he had a longer career, he would have been insane.
Yeah.
So I'm going Larry Bird at 5. I feel like Magic right after.
Yeah, I feel decent about that. I like Bird at 5. I like Magic at 6.
Okay, so we agree there.
Yes, I agree there. Now 7, 8, 9, 10 gets crazy. It gets crazy.
7 through 25 can either all be that 7 through 10 or outside looking in.
Because I've seen people put Oscar Robinson at 7, and you can't really get mad at that.
No.
And I was telling Ben that, and he was like, no. But I'm like, no, you can't, because for the longest he was the triple double king.
Yeah, and there's so many of those players where it's hard. It's like you think of a Dr. J. Well, he had to go through the ABA era where a lot of his prime was spent in the ABA.
Yeah.
And then he was dominant in the NBA, but you kind of wonder how much of that he lost with his time over there.
Exactly.
And I don't want to go. I'm going to kind of stay away from recent players. I think when it comes to recent players, LeBron's up there. Where I slot Kobe is tough because Kobe belongs up there for me. I mean, the dude's got rings. He's a top 10 guy.
Yeah. So,
and he's. If we're getting that many Lakers, Kobe can't be too far. I think I'm going to feel good, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put Kobe at 7.
Okay.
And I might rearrange these, especially once we kind of go back.
I'll go 7 Shaq.
Yeah. So you got Shaq over Kobe.
I do. I do.
So when he got that one with Powell, didn't move the needle for you, and Shaq never got one after. Oh, that's not true. Shaq did get one. Yeah, they both did well. Okay, yeah. I can.
I just the only reason I say that is because with the 3, he went 2000, 2001. Who was Finals MVP? Who was the anchor of the team? Yeah,
you can argue with Shaq.
Yeah,
Kobe had his fair moments, but there was definitely throughout those playoffs you heard that conversation that Shaq carried him.
Yeah,
but to Kobe's point, it's a lot easier for Shaq to work when Kobe Bryant's out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, 100%. So, okay, so 7, now we got 8. 8 gets crazy. 8 gets crazy for me because I want to go Kobe, but I can't forget about Duncan, and I can't forget about...
Well, I think I put Tim Duncan over Shaq.
Really?
Tim Duncan, how many rings he's got? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, the only reason I don't... you're right. But the only reason I don't is because, first of all, the system he was in was he had some phenomenal teams. Like, I'm talking 5 rings.
5.
He has phenomenal teams, though.
It's kind of the same thing like the Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, great coach.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard before he was in his prime, but you could obviously see
got one of the best 6 man of all time.
Manu Ginobili,
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker was Who were their wing players with Tim Duncan? That's what I'm trying to I'm blanking on those guys.
You had Kawhi, and I want to say no, Robert Horry was off the bench. You had what's his face? No, he didn't.
We might have to get to it on the break.
Yeah, we might have to get to it on the break. Yeah.
We'll look that one up because we got Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, one of the best sixth man we've ever seen.
Yeah.
That dude just come up. He would play whatever you wanted him to, but he was definitely most efficient off the bench. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna put Tim Duncan 5 rings. That's hard to argue.
Yeah.
We'll put him underneath Kobe. Like I said, you can really argue this list either way, but I like that there. We will go ahead and put him underneath Kobe Bryant. Tim Duncan, number 8.
So following Shaq, I have to put Tim Duncan, and then I'll put Kobe at 9.
Kobe at 9. Okay. Kobe made the top 10. I'm okay with that. Kobe's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because he to me is like so much more than just like what he did on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just like the whole Mamba mentality thing is what makes it hard. And like when you hear players, even before the tragic event happened, like he was still that guy, like everyone's favorite player. It wasn't the sadness that provoked that. Like he's always been that dude. So that's to me where he's always up there. But I feel like I got to get a recent player in here. He just broke the game. Steph Curry can't be left off the list.
Yeah.
Like he literally broke the game to what we see it is today. I shouldn't say break it because maybe some people like it, but the amount of threes is insane.
I think he broke it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put Steph just because I think it will be just because I don't know what his career. If he gets another ring, that's a whole nother conversation. So, yeah. But for my 10, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm gonna go Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem, okay.
How do you feel about that?
I like it, dude. The Dream Shake does not get enough respect. He was one of the most lethal players, footwork wise, physically, defensively. He was a total package.
Finals MVP, MVP, and defensive MVP, defensive player of the year. So in 1 year, this is all in 1 year. So I mean, how do you go against that? One of the best seasons of all time.
Yep, I think he belongs up there. I think I feel good with that about number 10. He's always been, to me, when we talk about centers, I think of Shaq, I think of Bill Russell, but Hakeem's always in that group.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to really differentiate these centers. We do have one, Sean Elliott. He was with Tim Duncan. That's the guy we're missing.
Sean Elliott. Yep. Appreciate
but I feel
that.
good there. I'm going to put Hakeem at 10 as well. We might have to adjust this. But you have Hakeem at your 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so he cracks top 10 for both of us. We're not too far off. And especially we might have to revisit this later down the road. But you got at 1, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kareem, Bill, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Hakeem. And then I have Michael Jordan, LeBron, Bill, Kareem, Larry, Magic, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Steph, Hakeem. So we're pretty on par. We just flip some guys around in our order.
Yep.
The only difference is
I don't have Shaq, right?
Yep, I don't have Shaq. I have Steph, and you have Shaq.
So who are honorable mentions on that list?
How much time do we got?
Give me one.
Honorable mention that you can't leave off. Let me think of a really good honorable mention. We'll throw in. There's so many centers. I'm missing a center that belongs up there. I already know I am. Recent players, like obviously Kevin Durant, whatever you think about him, he's going to probably be on that list. We talked about LeBron James.
I think down the road, if Jokic keep playing the way he is, he's bound to get. I think already if he was to stop right now, I think he's a top 25, 20.
Is what he's done the best passer I've seen, period.
Yeah.
Like not even point guard at center, best passer I've seen at the center position. Yeah. Like he's just blows me away. He has 3 plays every game where they're just passes where I'm like, how'd you see that?
What about Giannis?
Giannis, I'm not sure about. He's
got to get a ring.
Yeah, he relies on a little bit of a different system. Like he's very effective, but he has to have guys around him that can make it work. Right. Jokic just feels like find guys that know how to play basketball and they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: is Joel Embiid and Jokic, is that even in conversation?
I mean, you're talking about this year or just all time?
This year in particular, because I think this year's really putting to belief the opinion I had all along that I don't think it's close.
That Embiid's better?
That Jokic is way better. Every time they match up against each other.
Okay. Yeah.
Jokic dominates, Embiid has a tough time.
No, he do. And I think it's confused and like I think he just has a switch that he just turns on.
Well, it's like you see Joel Embiid, it's like it's impressive. It's like, man, you put up 70 points but on Zach Collins, And then you go play a team like the Celtics, who's way above 500, and you come out with like 15 points, 8 boards. It's just very up and down. And when you see Jokic, he's in those big games where he needs to have a bigger performance. He almost always delivers.
Yeah, I think I think the caliber of player, just like you said, the things that he offers, they're running tunnel screens for him, like elevator screens for him to come off and shoot a three, like for your 5. Like, how do you defend that? How do you defend that? What do you have a 5 chase that? No, no, that's not going to happen. So, I mean, I think it's tough. He's a matchup nightmare. He's changing the game as well.
Yeah, he's changing a game, but in a way that it's like good luck trying to mimic it.
Yeah, you got to get a smart basketball player,
and you got to play in such a unique way. Like you can't even try to recreate a shot if you wanted to. Like it'd be broken if you tried to recreate it, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, the way he shoots,
it's bizarre.
yeah,
it's like over the head, step back, one-legged three, and it doesn't. Like you ever hear him talk about his shot?
What does he say?
He practiced, and like he didn't really practice the shooting form as much as he just practiced like kind of just throwing it in. So he wasn't like locked in on the tuck it in the elbow, make sure your face lined up, strike the nose on the way up. He's like, no, I'm just gonna get really good at like kind of throwing it in at different angles. And that's how I grew up playing.
Hey, I think more people should practice that.
It's telling. It's like you see his releases. Shout out to some of these texters. David Robinson was the center I was thinking of.
Okay, David Robinson.
Yeah, we're talking about Victor.
What's he called? The general or the
general?
The general. Yeah, yeah.
We're thinking about Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. It's like shout out. That's another guy they got. Luckily, David Robinson, John Stockton, Reggie Miller, and we got Hakeem in there as well. Dirk's a tough one because he single-handedly took down the LeBron team that was loaded.
Yeah.
And he took that ring. They mocked him after game 1 where they beat Dirk and they destroyed him.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, like talk about this.
Yeah.
Well, we do got to throw it the break. And I do want to talk about another subject on the other side. Since we're on NBA, I know you're a LeBron fan. So as part of this, you're a partial Laker fan right now too.
Yeah.
You want the Lakers to do well because LeBron's going to do well. There's a little bit of a free throw discrepancy going on in the NBA. And I want to ask you if you think this is right to call it out or if some of these announcers and some of these coaches and players are thinking about it too hard.
Okay.
Because there's been situations where, I mean, the Toronto Raptors head coach literally said, if you're going to call fouls like that, don't even tell us to come. Just tell us we're going to lose. And it's getting touchy. And I don't think this conversation is going away because the numbers 2 years in a row, they've been kind of sketchy. So we'll talk about that on the next segment. And again, you guys always feel free to join the show, 402-464-5685. We always appreciate the feedback. But nonetheless, we'll throw it the break and talk to you guys on the other side.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Road construction is complete, so there's nothing keeping you from getting into Mullen Motors. They can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2024 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2023 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Layton in Lincoln.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
'Tis the season to give the gift of good times. Save up to $3,500 on select models or receive promotional financing discounts on qualified vehicle purchases. With deals on KX Youth motorcycles and KFX Youth ATVs, TRX side-by-sides, and more, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event. Visit Elway Power Sports of Lincoln today. Check them out at elwaypslincoln.com for more detail.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends, right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys ever want to join the show, as you've been doing so far, I always appreciate the feedback. 402-464-5685. That is the starter Cayman text line. And I'm always amazed. There's multiple times where I go through Nebraska and I think there's no NBA fans. And then occasionally we have some texters kind of comment and still make me believe that the dream is alive. And there are, in fact, still NBA fans here in Nebraska. But nonetheless, I want to ask you to defend your own team. That is the Los Angeles Lakers, because when it comes to the free throws, before we even pull up any stats, do you think there's any truth that the Lakers are favored when it comes to the free throw discrepancy, as in they take more than the refs give their opponent? He's a LeBron fan, so he's a Lakers fan. For all those listening, that's why I'm asking him, a true fan, how he feels.
Yeah, I think it gets to a point where you got to understand. There's context. Let's add some context. Let's add some context.
I'll add that too.
And I'm gonna add context where nobody probably is gonna go with this. LeBron, for his whole career, has always been fouled, and nobody calls it because it's like Shaq a hack. Like it's the same type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron has been fouled his whole career in key moments where he needs fouls, right? So
I'm thinking of that Celtics game last year where he went on the floor, a little extra on
little
the finish.
extra. I didn't co-sign that one,
but he did get fouled.
He did get fouled. I just thinking now, like, man, maybe we're just reaping, reaping the benefits of what we lacked in the past.
Okay.
What if
you're saying coincidence? Which is totally
this is just a 18-year, 19-year makeup call. We're just getting all these makeup calls. That's all it is.
All right, that's fair. I mean, there is some truth where it could be totally coincidental, where the gods are looking in your favor and you're getting makeup calls all these years later. But the stats I want to point to are a little alarming because it's kind of a two-stretch period now, and if you go past 5 years, it stays pretty consistent. But these last 2 years, or gets a little bit egregious, and this is just all from Sports Reference. So 2022-23 Lakers last season attempted 2,182 free throws, the most in the NBA. Lakers opponent shot 1,706 free throws, the fewest in the NBA per Basketball Reference. And the trend is continuing this year. Lakers have taken 1,180 free throws, the fourth most in the NBA, but are only 7 in free throws per game. They have allowed 946 free throws, the third lowest total in the NBA, and the second lowest total per game.
Yeah, that is a pretty overwhelming stat.
It gets better. This is the worst stat, and this is what makes people get a little more vocal. This year's Lakers rank dead last in the NBA in drives per game. This makes that free throw discrepancy look a lot weirder. If you're number one,
oh wow,
and you are attacking the rim the least out of any other team out there, and you're still getting more free throws than anybody else. I'll let you try to spin it. I'll give you a second. I don't. It's tough.
I mean, we can take this a multitude of ways. Well, I think the refs. I think the refs. Well, we also have to play in fact that, man, Bron is a GOAT.
Yes.
So those
superstar
refs,
calls are real.
Those refs are not trying to make LeBron mad. Do you think that plays a part?
Because I believe in superstar calls. I don't.
Jordan
like him.
got him.
Yes, Jordan 100% got him. Kobe
got him.
Michael Jordan got him. You see some guys not get him, but then all of a sudden, Steph Curry's getting them all the time now. James Harden gets them egregiously.
So was they saying this about Jordan back in the day? I don't know if the numbers. I don't know if the numbers was this
Bulls,
crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can spin this.
Especially when you can punch someone if they're coming down in the paint. There might not be a whistle at all. That's a tough era because they weren't really giving you anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I can spin this one. I think we're just gonna have to kind of sweep this one on the rug. Let's let our media team, our PR team, kind of let this one just dole out and burn out.
I'll bail you out a little bit. That last stat, and this is an article from SB Nation. It is a little bit of fool's gold. Yes, they do rank dead last in NBA in drives per game, but if you actually go back in time and look at the correlation in drives at the rim per game and free throws attempted, there isn't a strong correlation at all. It seems to be pretty random and ebb and flow. So there is a little bit of selective on picking out that stat, but it is true that they've been frequently getting the most free throws at the same time giving up the fewest.
Right. I got it though. I figured out what it was. We're running a lot of sets this year that are a lot of flare screens, a lot of 3-point shots, and a lot of mid-range jumpers. We don't want to attack as much because we got big AD down there, bring down the 5. So we're trying to hit them with the floater game. We're trying to hit them with mid-range. We're trying to hit them with the elbow jumpers, and that's where we're getting the fouls. So you're not going to see it in the driving category.
Yep.
Did I sell that at all?
You did. You said one key point is you guys are really good at selling the fouls. LeBron James is an expert at it.
D'Lo's an expert at it.
D'Lo's an expert at it.
Yeah.
We talked about LeBron,
Austin
Reeves, AD. Yeah, I mean they're just worried about the guy's
Austin
health,
Reeves
so they'll give it to him. He's good.
Yeah,
he's really. I think he's top 10 in drawing free throws.
I really think. Okay. I'm spinning this another way. I think when you play with a veteran, and LeBron James is arguably the smartest basketball player to ever play, right?
That's fair. It's between him and Jokic right now.
Okay.
Those two together would be insane.
Yeah. But all time, let's say LeBron is.
Yes.
So how many little nuggets of how to sell a foul, how to get a foul is he given to each of his teammates?
I'd imagine he's got an acting class after every practice.
So there we go. There we go. There we go.
Solved.
There we go.
They're just good at selling the fouls.
There we go.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think there is a little bit of the superstar calls, and I think that's just what's happening.
Yeah.
I think you have LeBron James, and this isn't anything new. This isn't the Lakers are special. They just have LeBron James.
Right.
If he goes anywhere, he's kind of getting that same treatment. You look at Joel Embiid, how many free throws that dude takes a game. It's kind of the same thing. So I think they just have a bunch of players that are good at drawing free throws. But if this continues, say we go year 3 and it happens again, then I'm gonna start calling that the NBA is fixing something up, because that would be strange to have it 3 years in a row. But I do got to keep talking to you about your Lakers here, and I want to get your opinion on what they should do, because currently sit 24-25. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Not the season you'd want.
Right.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis, do they need to make a move? Is this team capable of winning a championship, or do you think maybe you do move on from a LeBron or an Anthony Davis? Because you're not getting much for D'Lo anymore.
I mean, he has been going crazy the last couple games.
I think you could trade him.
Yeah,
you're not going to you got to trade him at the perfect moment, because he's such a roller coaster of a player.
My goodness, yeah. I think Austin Reeves' stock is going up slowly. I think people are starting to notice him in that 6-man conversation. But it's tough. I mean, like you say, we're 9 right now, and we're really floating between 9 and 11. We're not really even getting into the 8 spot that much. But it's really, I think it's a thing where it's like LeBron has always said. He said this team goes as far as AD goes.
Yeah,
he's always said that.
And AD has been playing well this season.
He's been playing well. So I think it just goes to the fact that, okay, now we got to really, really take into consideration, okay, Bron's old.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no discredit to him. He's a human. We realize he's kind of a human being.
Yeah.
Even though he scored 40 the other night, we get it. Yeah. But you need another star. You need a trifecta, a real trifecta, and not to discredit Austin Reeves, but you need someone like DeJounte Murray. You need a Zach LaVine. You need DeMar DeRozan. You need a real star.
Dude, I like DeMar DeRozan on that squad. I like that. That'd be a scary veteran group. Because DeMar is ice cold when you just need a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
His mid-range is arguably the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think statistically it is, out of all the NBA players, not all time, but currently, he definitely seems the best. And the Bulls would definitely be looking to sell.
Yeah.
Because the Bulls are a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah.
I think you move on from LeBron. It's just so possible because it feels like LeBron carves his own deals out. So unless he's saying I'm ready to go, you're not trading him.
Yeah. Yeah. If Bron was to get traded mid-year, that would be ridiculous. How would you even do that though?
You'd have to max a pretty heavy contract. You'd have to do a lot of cash movement to get that to work out.
Yeah.
Because it's a big contract player. I don't think it's going to happen though. Just because I think even if the Lakers wanted to, pick a team that would want LeBron.
Yeah, because that's a whole culture change.
Yeah.
You can't throw him like with the T-Wolves. You can't throw him with the Celtics. You can't throw him with we can't even throw him with OKC.
Yeah, because
it's gonna mess up.
Good.
It's gonna mess up a lot of things. Because watching Bron for so many years, he demands, like, his usage rate is really high with the ball. Of course,
he's the playmaker.
Yeah, like he is a playmaker. No matter if he plays a 3-4, 2, whatever you want to put him at. So I don't know. I mean,
Spurs maybe is one of the few spots.
That would be disgusting.
Greg Popovich,
Yeah.
grooms Victor Wembanyama. That could be scary.
Yeah, I think and they tank.
That'd be the first time I see a LeBron team really go into the tank.
They tank and get Bronny.
Bronny, yeah, I'm curious to see what Bronny's going to be. He's got impossible shoes to fill. I don't think he's going to be. And apparently, I guess the other son's even better, is what we're kind of figuring out.
Bryce,
just taller.
Yeah.
I think it might just be one of those things too, where time will tell, and as they kind of fill into their own bodies. But yeah, I think wherever Bronny ends up, I'm pretty much indicating I think that's where LeBron's going to want to go.
Yeah.
I don't think this Lakers thing, it depends. I mean, it's home. He gets to see his son's games at the same time.
So what do you think he does? It signs a 1-year deal?
I think he's a 1-year deal from here on out. 1-2 years, maybe max. But
I think he knows that Brian's not going to go out this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you can kind of tell, like, yeah, he's probably not going to leave this year.
Yeah.
Probably still has to develop a little bit more. So
I think he gets a 1-year deal.
Imagine those family dinners. Like, hey, how would you average tonight? I had 9. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play together. We gotta get that up to about 15. If he averages 14 to 15 points,
that's a good.
He could leave.
Player.
He could leave.
Yeah,
he could leave.
Just the name alone on top of it, and that's like nothing to snark at. Like that's a good for a college player, especially when you're in a role.
What did McGowan's here average?
I think he was around 17, 18 points. He wasn't. It wasn't incredibly high. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
Most any texters got it off the top of their head, but we actually got to throw it to break here. But we'll look that one up because I know Bryce McGowan's, he wasn't putting, over 20 points a game. He had some games where he put up big numbers, but for the most part, he was consistent, but just between the high teens.
Yeah.
And when you're playing college basketball, it's a lot more role style. So some things to think about. But yeah, when it comes to Los Angeles Lakers, just think they're in a bad spot. I don't like what I have in front of me. I have LeBron James, who no one's really going to want him just because LeBron might want to force his way out, as we kind of seen with like James Harden and other guys, where you don't want to put up with that. And just money-wise, you don't want to mess up a roster that you have. He's not going to go to OKC. And even if you do put him with the Spurs, it might work out now because they've moved Chet to that 5. Or not Chet, Victor Wembanyama.
What if he goes to the Mavericks?
They're killing it right now with Luka. I think it'd ruin it. Because Kyrie's
ruin it?
Not Kyrie.
What if he goes to Warriors? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Would that be Kevin Durant to the Warriors all over again? Would that burn out in dumpster fire? Or do you think it'd actually work? Because it might scare me and it might look like what the Suns experiment is looking like this year. Because the Suns, they're not doing great they're 27-20. I guess they're 7 above 500. But you got Kevin Durant, you got Devin Booker, you got Bradley Beal. You got to be able to put more wins together.
What if he goes back to the Heat?
That's a team I could see. That'd be fun. Because he that's a culture that LeBron can't change.
Yeah.
Like the Heat culture is Heat culture.
Yeah.
It's like
Pat Riley is Pat Riley.
Yeah. You compare the Hornets and Heat, it's like talent wise, they're the same, but it's just like when you watch the Hornets, they were down by, I think, 30 points and their coach got ejected from the game and all the guys on the bench are just kind of laughing, clowning around, which whatever.
Yeah.
But if you go watch a Heat game, you're never going to see that. Yeah. Like when they're losing, it's serious. So as cheesy as the Heat culture is, it is the real thing. And that could work out for LeBron. I just don't see LeBron wanting to go to the Heat culture.
Yeah, at the end of his career.
Yeah, unless that's where Bronny goes. And that's where it all kind of depend on, because if the Heat, they're not doing great, so maybe they slide up in those draft prospects. When it comes to the draft, they might be able to slide up. But nonetheless, we'll go ahead and throw it to break here. Those are just some of the ideas where we think LeBron James could possibly end up. If I'm being honest, I think he stays at LA until his son makes an appearance somewhere else. But until then, it's just going to be 1-year contracts. And he's going to retire with LA or go play for his son, Bronny. But we'll have to find out in the future. But nonetheless, we'll throw it to break here. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. I'm Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Don't go anywhere.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Shopping for new flooring is different today.
getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Dylan Riola, the doctor, the Polynesian Bowl. He had a lot of throws. He made a couple nice throws. He threw outs. He threw a deep dig. He threw a slant that went to the house. There were so many different passes that we saw him. And he's got a little quick twitch. Is he fast? No. Quick twitch? Yes. It was good to see him moving around. Listen, he connected with, guess who?
Carter Nelson.
Thank you. We got a chance to see Carter twice. It was good for me to watch that because I think that's a precursor of what's.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. This will be a short segment to go ahead and wrap up What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. And if you guys want to join the show, 402-464-5685 is that Starter Heyman text line. And to wrap things up here, we did rank what we thought was the top 10 NBA players through all time off the top of our heads. And wrap things up, we'll switch it over to the NFL. And I want to talk about quarterbacks because quarterbacks.
I thought we were going to go all 11. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, we don't got enough time for all 11. And I want to go to quarterbacks because it's very incredible to me how far this list you have to go before you're already uncertain if this guy can win you a Super Bowl.
Repeat that.
You can have a top 10 quarterback in the league and you still might not be certain that this guy can even win you a Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
You can have a quote unquote one of the best QBs in the league and you're still looking at him being like, I don't know if this is the guy.
Yeah, I think perfect example is Aaron Rodgers for all them years.
So let's go ahead and rank these out of active players today. I number one, I'll go ahead and say it. You can agree with me or not. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's in the Super Bowl again this year. I don't think there's much question there. Number two, if I honestly had to go number two, I'm still going Josh Allen. He had a lot of drop balls in that game versus the Chiefs.
After this year?
Yeah, this year he had started out rough and they fixed out the run game and he is still dominant with the ball through the air. He still has eye-catching numbers. And I think once they had that run game, you saw that. There's a good system in play. If he's on the 49ers, he's destroying teams.
Really?
I think he's got just as much accuracy as Brock Purdy does, and more so on the deep balls.
Okay.
And you pair him with McCaffrey to kind of back him up. I like Josh Allen at 2. Who's your 2 though?
I really like the way Lamar played this year.
Yeah, Lamar, I'm not sure where to put it because he's that quarterback that go win a Super Bowl and I'll feel really comfortable about placing you higher. And that's why we talked about this was such a frustrating game because it felt like they didn't do what they needed to do to help him out.
Yeah. Okay. Give me some more. I need some more names because obviously A-Rod.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and read some off in no order whatsoever. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield. If we want to start getting that far,
we're not doing that.
Yes, I mean those are pretty much the guys in the NFL. I mean, you can go Trevor Lawrence, you can go Justin Herbert, you can throw Joe Burrow in there if you still think he's going to be that guy.
When we going? So, do we do as a top 10 quarterback? Do you, as you are the leader of the team, do you factor in wins when we talk about this?
I'm only factoring in where I think this guy, like if I'm going to put this guy on the 49ers, like he's going to go win it all based on these power rankings.
Okay, Matthew Stafford's on 49ers. He's going to win it all.
Okay, but do you feel better about? A better way to phrase this would be like just insert that quarterback into that roster and
let's go 49ers.
Okay.
No disrespect, Brock Purdy. He's doing amazing. No disrespect. We're just using 49ers because they have the best offense.
Yeah, because I mean, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got weapons on weapons.
You got good O-line, good tight end, good running back, great receiver,
and a defense that'll bail you out.
Does Baker Mayfield get to the Super Bowl?
No, Baker Mayfield is not. He's way below there. He's not even top 10 for me. I don't
Does
think.
CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud's up there for me. I think he might honestly be a top already 7 quarterback if I'm ranking these. Like probably like right at 7 or 6. But like if I'm looking at quarterbacks, I like him a lot more than I like Baker Mayfield. I like him more than I like, which is crazy to say. What I saw out of him this year makes me like him more than Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. Joe Burrow, I still like Joe Burrow. He's up there for me.
Does Joe Burrow, if he's on the 49ers?
Yeah, he's dominating. I think he's lethal.
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert, I'm not super high on. I don't know if that's a tough one. If it's like, is it the coaching that's making it so difficult for him? Because he's got weapons on weapons as well, but it's not the same results as the 49ers. So that's why I'm not inclined to say he's up there for me.
Okay.
So I got Mahomes, Josh Allen, and I'll be honest, we kind of talked about it. I like these quarterbacks, but right behind Josh Allen, I would go ahead and put Lamar Jackson and then Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy at my 4.
Yeah, I'll probably put Brock Purdy at 3.
3, and then you got
I'll go Patrick Mahomes. Actually, I'll put Brock Purdy at 2. I have to.
I mean, he doesn't make mistakes. He had a massive drive versus the Green Bay Packers to win the game and another massive drive versus the Lions to go ahead and win that game.
Yeah, so I'll put Brock Purdy at 2. I'll put Lamar at 3, Josh Allen at 4, CJ Stroud at 5.
I'm okay with Stroud there.
I'll probably put I mean, what you put Goff at 6?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm gonna. That's where I kind of wrapped up at 5. When you get towards 6, and this is why I want to bring it up. It's crazy how tight the quarterback conversation is. Like we got to quarterback 6, and we're already trying to figure out, is like that guy actually going to go ahead and win you a Super Bowl?
Okay, now let's pause real quick. Let's go back 10 years.
All right.
Let's go back 2000. Yeah, let's go back 2014. Think about the names we're talking about.
Brady,
Breeze,
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
We lost a lot of great quarterbacks.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. That's where we're in this era now where
Andrew Luck,
who unfortunately super short career.
Cam Newton. During that time,
multiple guys with 5,000 yard plus seasons. You don't really see a lot of quarterbacks do that anymore. It's crazy how much the quarterback room has changed. We do got to wrap it up here, but I just thought that was a good exercise because when you talk about quarterbacks, it seems like we're always so certain, and as it unfolds, like we didn't even mention Jalen Hurts.
Oh my gosh!
Like where does he fall? Because you went dumpster fire and lost 6 of your last 7 games, and a lot of it was on Hurts. But at beginning of the season, people would have been saying he's definitely a top 4, 5 quarterback. And now he's like, maybe he's better than Baker Mayfield. I don't know. What does Baker look like up on the Eagles? Like, it's crazy how these conversations go when it comes to the quarterbacks. Definitely the toughest position to play. But we got to wrap it up here. This has been What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. I am Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Don't go anywhere. We got Get Real with Ben Bleicher up next. That one's pre-recorded, so feel free to hop in on YouTube and watch it, or we'll play it on the airwaves as well. And then we'll wrap up with the Daily Nebraskan at 11 to 12. Don't go anywhere.